Let's move on now and tell you about 2000 rupees currency notes. Remember, they were supposed to be taken away from circulation. Those notes have to be returned. The RBI says that 93% of those notes are back. They have been returned to the banks. 3.32 lakh crore rupees worth of notes were received as of August 31st. 87% of the 2000 currency notes are in the form of deposits. Rest 13% exchanged into other denomination notes. 0.25 lakh crore worth of 2000 notes are still in circulation. Let me make this easy for you. 25,000 crore rupees worth of 2000 rupees currency notes are still in circulation. This is data of the RBI as of 1st of September. And 30th September is the last date to deposit or exchange these notes. So effectively, what date is it today? It's the 26th. That means you don't have much time, 4 or 5 days left. So please hurry up if you have those 2000 rupee currency notes and get them exchanged or deposit them in the bank. Only 3 working days left. So if you still have 2000 rupee notes, how to exchange these notes before the 30th of September deadline? Visit any of the authorized commercial banks. Banks will give you a requisition slip. Enter the details to facilitate the exchange and deposit. Submit the slip along with your 2000 rupee notes. The RBI has said that no ID proof will be required in exchange for exchanging these notes, but some banks, we have learnt, are asking for ID proofs for exchange. The procedure could change depending on the bank. You can exchange a maximum of 20,000 rupees at one time. And if you miss the deadline, the RBI assures the 2000 notes will remain a legal tender. You will still get full value of the notes post the deadline. Banks may not accept those notes after the 30th of September, but you may approach RBI offices for the exchange. Transactions using 2000 rupee notes may not be allowed. It is not clear if the RBI will exchange the notes or will extend this deadline of the exchange of notes. The RBI is to decide whether to scrap the notes post the deadline. So lots of ifs and buts also as of this moment. Professor Santosh Mehrotra, senior economist, is with us, and we also have Ashwini Rana, founder of Voice of Banking. I would like to begin with you, Mr. Rana, first. 7% of the notes still in circulation. Do you think this is a big amount or insignificant? Mr. Rana, you're on mute. If you could unmute yourself.
Are you getting my voice?
Yes, I can hear you now. Please carry on.
Okay. So, this amount may be a huge, but this amount will not come to the banks now. See, most of the people, those wanted to change or deposit, they have already deposited the amount in the banks. And whatever they wanted to purchase, they wanted to buy it, now they will not come. But this money is that money which is lying in the either in the safe or in the godowns or in the beds. Those have collected this money, so it will not come to the bank now.
Okay, Professor Mehrotra, what is your reading? Should one launch a special drive? Should the government urge people to quickly meet the deadline? And what happens to these notes after 3 working days?
Well, it seems to me that a fair bit of the remainder of the money is likely to come back. And even if it doesn't come back, the RBI has already said it's going to remain legal tender. Probably they'll find other way of actually enabling the money to be used or exchanged. So honestly, it's such a piffling amount that it's not worth discussing, honestly. Not even worth talking about very much.
Let me ask you another question. You see, by all estimates, if you look at data, one can see that the cash in circulation in the market, and I'm not talking about 2000 rupee notes only, cash in circulation in the market is pretty much at pre-demonetization levels. Yes, one must admit that there is a great amount of digital penetration which has happened. At the same time, this high circulation of cash, what does this mean?
It means that we were and we still are a cash-driven economy, a highly informalized economy, which was always dependent upon cash. And there are other economies, even rich economies, which are heavily dependent upon cash. Japan is one of them. And if anything, it's not just that the total amount of cash is actually higher than pre-demonetization. As a proportion of GDP, because people say, oh, GDP is increased, so total output and income in the economy is increased, so more money is needed in circulation. Well, as a proportion of GDP, cash has increased. So all the talk about, oh, bringing back the black money, etc., actually the 2,000 rupee, if anything, facilitated the use of black money. And so digitization, you mentioned, Sanket. Digitization could have happened without the demonetization having happened. The demonetization only disrupted the economy massively, especially for the micro, small, and medium enterprises, especially for the unorganized sector. And since some 85 to 90% of the total enterprises in the economy are in the informal sector, it meant a lot of disruption, and that has never gone away. What is the extent of MSME collapse that happened after Demon and then went on after GST and then during the unplanned lockdown is anybody's guess, although probably the government knows, because the economic census was done in 2019, but that data has never been released. So honestly, it was a huge disruption. No country in the world had ever done this. And it was never clear why a larger denomination note was introduced to replace the 1,000 rupee denomination. And they were not even available in large quantities, and they were never really used very much because no one wanted to use them.
Right.
No one had enough change to give back to you. So obviously it all went into, hoarding of black money.
Okay.
And transactions in black money and real estate.
Okay, Ashwini Rana, just quickly coming back to you. You see, I'm sure there may be some people, genuine people, who may be in possession of these notes, but maybe because there was not so much conversation around, the 2,000 notes being returned, may not be aware. So do you feel that in these next 3 days, there must be a renewed push to convince people to deposit these notes so that they're not at a loss? Mr. Rana, you're on mute again.
You are getting?
Yes. Yes, sir.
This was not demonetization. So this time, actually, RBI was interested to bring back this 2,000 rupees note in the name of clean note policy. So they were not focused on the black money. So whosoever is having this money and that he can be accounted for, and he can say that this belongs to me. So he must be given one more option. So this date should be extended. If somebody want to change or deposit, it should be given a chance to those people. Some people may be outside, NRIs or NROs, they are out of the country. For
yeah,
those
but they had
also,
3 odd months, no? So let's see.
Yes,
Let's see. It'll be interesting what the government decides. But thank you very much, Professor Mehrotra, as well as Mr. Rana, for joining us. Quick break. Be right back.